Okay, hello everyone and hello Mr. Roli. My name is Bunga Asirahmawati and today I'm going to present an argumentative paragraph analysis based on the article I selected from the journal. The title of my article is Challenges Implementing English Instruction Insight from EFL Student Teachers in Taiwan, written by Jackie Cheng and published at the 2024. So let's read the paragraph first. Okay, the paragraph is: contrary to the conventional emphasis on standardized testing, policymakers must recognize that general English language proficiency is not the sole indicator of teaching efficiency in English-only classroom. While macro-level policies in place like Taiwan increasingly mandate rigorous CEFR or standardized threshold for the educators, a teacher's high linguistic competence does not inherently guarantee effective classroom delivery. Indeed, qualitative data reveals that even when student teachers possess advanced language capabilities, such as B2 high intermediate CEFR level, they frequently trigger classroom discipline issues and learning confusion due to lengthy, overly complex, and grammatically abstract explanation. Conversely, individuals with lower baseline proficiency frequently achieve seamless instructional delivery and high student engagement by intentionally integrating multimodal teaching aids and strategic body language. I firmly argue that separating general language accuracy from active classroom management oversimplifies the reality of bilingual education. Therefore, teacher education programs should prioritize localized English for teaching, pedagogical training, which emphasizes clear, scannable instruction rather than focusing exclusively on general language test scores. Okay, for now, let's talk about the structure of this paragraph. A good argumentative paragraph must use data to defend the position, and here is the breakdown of this paragraph. Okay, for the first structure is main claim or the thesis statement. The main claim is at the beginning. It says that having a high English test score is not the only thing that makes the teacher successful in English-only classroom. It is a debatable stance because many governments blindly focus on the English scores. Okay, for the next analysis is weaponizing evidence. The paragraph uses real data to prove the claim. It shows that student teachers with a high B2 level actually face bad discipline in class because their English was too complicated for the kids. Okay, let me tell you a story from the article. There was a teacher named by participant 5. She had a B2 level, which is high, but when she explained the bingo game to the fourth graders, she used a long and very hard English sentence, and because of that, the kids became confused and stopped to listen. This is a proof that the test score is not guarantee for the good teaching. And for the next analysis is counter-argument. Next, we contrast the argument with another data, and at the paragraph says that conversely, individuals with lower baseline proficiency frequently achieve seamless instructional delivery and high student engagement by intentionally integrating multimodal teaching aids and strategic body language. From the story of the article, this is based on participant 4 who had only B1 level. She worried about her English, but In the class, she used a lot of body language, visual flashcard, and use very simple words to explain. Her students can understood her perfectly and loves the class. This breaks the statement that say lower scores mean bad teaching. And for the next analysis is resolution. At the end, we have a resolution. It says that universities and teacher programs should focus on English for teaching to give a clear instruction and manage a class instead of just chasing the high test score. Okay, for the next analysis is interactive meta-discourse. Let's look at the paragraph and look for the meta-discourse markers in the paragraph. Okay, for the first example for interactive meta-discourse, we can see the word conversely. This word on the paragraph, it is transition marker. It functions to signal a sharp change in direction between the story of the high proficiency teacher who failed in the classroom management to the surprising story about the lower proficiency teacher who success in the class management. Without this word, the reading flow would feel very sudden and the reader might get confused about the contrast. Okay, and for the next example, the second example is the press inside the desk. It is the sentence from which emphasizes clear, scannable instruction. This word is example from a coded clause. It is used to make the reader understand the meaning of English for teaching. Okay, for the last analysis, it is about interactional meta-discourse, which is show about writers' stance, characters, and how we build a relationship between our audience or our readers in the paragraph. Okay, for the first example from interactional meta-discourse, we can see a strong booster of the paragraph in word indeed. Booster in academic writing is a strategic tool that show the absolute certainty or confidence. And because the writer used indeed in this paragraph, it means that the writer sending to the audience or to the reader that data from Jackie Chang in Taiwan is true and solid. Okay, for the last analysis of interactional meta-discourse, in this paragraph, we can find self-mention in the word I firmly argue. As a student, sometimes we are afraid to use word I in writing because we think that academic writing must be passive. But in this argumentative paragraph, the word like I firmly argue or another word means like that, it gives the paragraph a powerful voice. And this word about and the self-mention can make a strong connection between I as the writer and the audience or the readers. And the word I as the writer, it shows that we are really believe in this opinion and we can make a direct connection with the audience that the data or the paragraph is actually true and we argue with that. Okay, for the last from me, in conclusion, working with AI showed me how academic writing works. A great paragraph needs a strong structure and clear meta-discourse marker. And Jackie Chang remind us that teaching is not about high score, but about how to make a connection with our students. This is all for my presentation and thank you for your attention.